His eyes have not closed in 500 years. The world forgot him, but he never forgot you. Beneath the ruins, he still breathes, still watches. I still remember the day it all began. Subscribe now before we go deeper, because this isn't a story of the dead. It's the story of the one who never stopped living. His eyes have not closed in 500 years. The skin around them cracked, the veins dark as rivers of coal. Somewhere in the ruins of the old world, he watches you. He remembers the day it began. He remembers your face. Subscribe now before we go deeper, because what you are about to hear is not a story of the dead, but of the one who never stopped living. They called him Patient Zero, the first infected, the origin of every scream that ever tore through human history. But history forgot him. The world burned, rebuilt, and burned again, and still he moved through the ashes. His body rotted, yet never fell. His hunger faded, replaced by something colder: curiosity. You can almost feel it now, a gaze that never blinks. What if he has been waiting for us to find him? It started in a lab beneath what was once Geneva. Records show a small outbreak, quickly contained. But there are whispers of one survivor who didn't die, who didn't decay. He vanished into the frozen north, leaving behind rooms coated in frost and walls marked with clawed symbols no one could translate. Centuries later, explorers found those walls again. The symbols pulsed faintly, like veins under skin. What if he left a message? You walk through the ruins of a forgotten city. Snow covers everything, hiding bones and history. Then you see it, a figure frozen in the ice, head bowed, mouth open in silence. The ice around him isn't melting, it's breathing. Slow, rhythmic, steady. You lean closer, his eyes snap open. They are not human eyes anymore. They are mirrors reflecting everything you fear about yourself. What would you do now? He learned to wait. Empires rose, fell, and turned to dust. He walked through plagues and wars, through light and shadow. He saw humans build machines to touch the stars, and he smiled, knowing they were running in circles. Every civilization thought it was new. Every generation thought it was safe. But he was always there, beneath the noise, listening, watching, remembering. The motif repeats in his mind, quiet as a heartbeat. Still alive, still watching, still alive. Researchers who chased the legend called him the Witness, the one who saw the birth and death of everything. Some say he evolved beyond hunger, beyond decay. His cells adapted, learning to feed on radiation, on silence, on time itself. He stopped being a monster and became something else, something that could not die because it had already seen death too many times. What if immortality is not a gift, but a cage? Decades ago, a deep-sea probe found a pulse on the ocean floor, steady and deliberate. It matched the same rhythm recorded in those frozen ruins. When divers descended, their lights caught movement among the wrecks. A face stared back through the dark water, eyes glowing faintly blue. The probe's audio picked up a whisper, one word: remember. The divers never resurfaced. The ocean went still. What if he wasn't trapped in ice anymore? You dream of him. Everyone does. A shadow standing at the edge of the world, eyes bright, voice low. He doesn't attack, he just watches, as if measuring the distance between what we were and what we've become. Scientists who studied mass nightmares found the same image drawn across continents, across languages. The same face, the same cold stare. He had become part of our collective memory, living in the cracks between neurons. You can erase a name, but not a presence. Now, strange things happen around the world. People report seeing a man standing outside their towns, motionless for days. Birds fall silent when he appears. Power grids fail. Clocks stop. Governments call it hysteria, but deep down, they know. The pattern is exact. He's tracing his steps, following the route of the first infection, coming home. What if he's not hunting us, but returning to finish what evolution started? You feel the pull too. Late at night, when the world hums in static, you sense something old stirring inside you, a memory that doesn't belong to you, a hunger that isn't yours. You see flashes, a lab, blood on glass, a face smiling through tears. Then darkness. Maybe he isn't just watching us. Maybe he's watching through us. Still alive, still watching, still alive. In the last century, archaeologists uncovered artifacts that should not exist. Bones that healed after death. Fossils that pulsed under scanners. A jawbone that whispered when held under heat. The DNA matched nothing on record, except a single fragment found in living humans. The mutation was spreading quietly through our genes. His genes. What if the first zombie never died because he became part of everyone alive today? The truth hits you like cold air. He doesn't need to walk anymore. We are his movement now. We carry him in blood, in breath, in memory. Every act of violence, every survival instinct, every fear of the dark. It's all him. The infection never ended. It simply adapted, wearing new faces, living new lives. You think you are human. But when you look closely at your reflection, your pulse feels slower. Your eyes are a little darker. You hear it again, the heartbeat that isn't yours. He's not the monster we imagined. He's the observer, waiting for humanity to realize it's already crossed the line. That evolution didn't stop with the first cell or the first fire. It kept moving, silently shaping us into something else. The difference between life and death, between man and monster, has blurred. You can feel it in every heartbeat. Still alive, still watching, still alive. And then comes the revelation. The satellites that monitor deep space pick up a signal. Not random, not cosmic noise. A frequency that mirrors human brainwaves, broadcast from the poles of the Earth. When decoded, the pattern forms a single phrase repeated endlessly. You were never alone. The scientists who heard it all vanished within days. Only the message remained. You walk outside. The wind is cold. The night sky glows faintly red. Every shadow feels aware. Every silence loaded with memory. Somewhere beyond the horizon, he watches. Neither enemy nor savior, just witness. The first and the last. The one who saw humanity bloom and rot. You wonder if he pities us, or if pity is something he forgot long ago. You stop walking. You listen. The sound is faint but real. A slow rhythm, deep and patient. A heartbeat beneath the soil. The world feels smaller now. The air heavier. Maybe he isn't watching from afar. Maybe he's closer than ever. Inside every whisper. Inside every choice. Inside you. Because he never wanted to destroy humanity. He wanted to finish it. To complete the circle he started when his heart refused to stop. And as the world shifts again, as new plagues rise and old fears return, you finally understand. The first zombie never died because humanity never stopped becoming him. You stand still, breath cold in the air. The stars flicker like dying memories. Somewhere out there, in the frozen dark, eyes still open, he watches. He doesn't need to move. He doesn't need to speak. He only needs to wait. Because evolution always returns to its beginning. The question isn't whether he's alive. The question is whether you ever truly were. Subscribe now, before he looks back again.